am already immune to communism. And you? I am a poet and writer. My favorite poet is Emily Dickinson, and she had written, "Had I not seen the sun, I would not have burned the shade. Vice versa, because I have experienced the dark of communism, and now I cherish the freedom mostly." In 2007, I began to apply for the immigration to Canada. The direct reason is that at that time I was a lecturer in a college, and one of my classes is to teach appreciating films. But at that time, I was banned to use YouTube, and every Chinese was banned to use YouTube. I lost the freedom. I have smelled some very dangerous atmosphere. So I made the decision to flee to freedom. Okay, it happened 2007 till now. In 2022, what is happening in China, do you know? In Shanghai, it's a very huge international city. There are many of people, they were starving, and they lost the opportunity to go to the hospital if they are in serious illness. And it was a very strict lockdown, and many parents were taken to the camp, and their young children stayed at home lonely, and there are many accidents. But in Canada, what happened? In 2018, so you know, there is a ceremony of 150th anniversary for Canada. And I was proud for this country. And in that summer, in the Parliament Hill, every evening there is a documentary of the Canada history. I was educated by this documentary, and I have known that Canada is a peaceful country. In the history, there is rarely wars. If there are some political conflicts, the people chose the way to sit down around the table to negotiate. I think it's a very priceless heritage of Canada. But what happened in 2022? Everyone you know, the peaceful protest was cracked down by the violence of government. And what happened yesterday and today? Yesterday, my friend Dylan, only because he used the speaker, and he was arrested by the police. And today, my friend Barbara, and she is an immigrant from Poland. She was arrested because, and the police asked her to back up. She is not very obedient. Okay, she was arrested. Okay, so what's the eccentric of communism? I think there are some people, and they don't believe in God. They regarded themselves as supreme people than others, and they wanted to build a Eden garden in the world, and they want to overrule other peoples. But it's ridiculous. Now there is an ideology war of Christians and anti-Christians. And in Canada, the government has two ways to control people. One is the educational system, and another one is a mainstream media. Yeah, fake news. And Yeah, I can give an example. Totally, there are 13 mainstream media in Canada. They told us it's those people who are not vaccinated jeopardize people, and so people will easy to get infected. How absurd it is! Because many of people who are not vaccinated, they are healthy. They are not infected. How can they contagious to others? There are too much lies, and in some communist countries, the newspapers are there is full of propaganda. But for example, China Daily is a propaganda newspaper. But the Trudeau government asked all of the militaries to read the China Daily, the English version. Okay, so another way is the educational system, and in the schools, and the children are educated that there is atheism, and we don't believe God. It's so ridiculous. And I was born and grew up from an atheism country, but at last, I believe in God. Okay. And thank you for everyone when you come here. And every weekend, I think our group is a little small. It's only about 30 or 40 people. I hope everyone join us to fight for freedom, because we are defend freedom for ourselves and for our children. Thank you.
Thank you, Zhuan.